So, hello, I'm Allison Koller. I'm creative director at CBX, a brand agency. I'm also a daughter, a tennis player, a swimmer, a wife, a friend, a dancer. And by now, you've probably noticed I'm also a woman. As both a woman and a person with the power to shape the way brands look, talk, and act, I have a keen interest in breaking through the everyday cliche when both representing and addressing women, young, aging, and every age in between. I first researched this idea about 1.5 years ago, and I always have my eyes and ears peeled for great examples of branding focused on women. I can tell you, in the last 1.5 years, it's amazing how much the conversation has changed. It's also amazing how many things have stayed the same. Like the representation of women by brands, even brands that are trying to address us. It's incredible how quickly we become a sea of smiling eyes, belly buttons, breasts, and beautiful booties. But brands can break through with an unexpected image or message, something that makes you stop, look twice, and shifts the cultural conversation. Carly Lloyd and the U.S. women's soccer team certainly broke through last summer at the World Cup. They instantly redefined what it means to be a women's athlete, their power and scope. They also redefined what it means to kick like a girl. Through a stroke of marketing genius, the Always brand hit the same cultural chord at the very same time with their Like a Girl campaign. By supporting girls at a time when their self-esteem plummets, the brand instantly aligned itself with a whole new generation of feminists, from Katniss to Beyonce to Sheryl Sandberg. Always certainly broke through for me. I'm proud to say that I have always kicked like a girl, and today I swing a kettlebell like a woman and I talk brand like a boss. Thank you. The point? Brands don't have to get stuck in the everyday cliche. They can take a risk by getting real and relating to real women and real girls, not just our aspirational booties. So today I'm going to give you a look into the process at the agency I work for, how we break down those cliched visual codes that are out there in the world and find new spaces for brands to authentically connect with people. In this case, connect when speaking to women. The collage I'm showing you right now is just a cross-section of communications, from traditional advertising to social media to packaging, things that are intended to attract women. And it's amazing when you take a closer look how cliched those communications can become. Let's take a look at each one. So, first we're gonna start with cues of motherhood. Easy motherhood, because babies, of course, instantaneously sleep through the night. And we have skincare, clinical, that promises that your face will be flawless. And bars that tell you, just think thin and everything will be all right. Those are codes of perfection, because we know women are perfect. Women also buy products that promise to make them gorgeous or forget that they even have their periods. It must be magic. And we'll wave that magic wand so that we never age. We stay a blonde ingenue, smiling, innocent, unassuming. Of course, we can always dress up in golden ball gowns and do workouts where we don't sweat because we're goddesses. Can't say that I've ever seen anyone in my total body fitness class that looks like Maria Sharapova. Now, when you're at home, it's time to keep your house sparkling clean. You can bake Pinterest-worthy cupcakes and blog about it while you wait for dad to come home for sex and affirmation. That's right, you're a modern miracle mom. And if you don't fit on this whitewash spectrum that I've just laid out, well, you're an exotic, whether you're a sultry Latina or a mysterious woman of color. So there you have it, the baseline in branding for women. And full disclosure, I have worked on a few of the brands up here on the collage. I can tell you this is a very easy and comfortable place for them to exist. But ultimately, how inspiring is it to real women? So we've already uncovered one example that can be inspirational. It's the Always Like a Girl campaign. You might say, well, of course, they would get real. They're talking about women and girls and their periods. Where else would you be more real? Not always the case. If you take a look at the screen and count the number of flowers up there, you get a sense of what the femme care category used to be like. But I'm proud to say that I did work on the first brand to break through in the category, and that's Kotex. However, when CBX first started working with Kotex, they were behind the times. The conversation around femininity had shifted, and the brand just hadn't kept up. They were stuck in the old cliches of the category. Girls backflipping on the beach, that's what I do when I have my period, and tampons twirling in front of a sea of flowers. They had to change the conversation to catch up with the new generation of girls, or even consider abandoning the brand. They chose to dig in and get to know that whole new generation. And let me take you back. That was 2007, not all that long ago, but things were a bit different. It was the dawn of social media. Oprah had only just said vajayjay on national television. That's right, vajayjay, not even vagina. And there were troops of teenage girls walking around with juicy emblazoned on their aspirational booties. If you don't remember, ask your parents. We saw it as the perfect time to break through that pink, flowery, expected cliche that was going on out there. And we did it with packaging. These packaging designs were shared with girls, both millennials and women, Gen Xers, and their response was nearly unanimous. They said, I'm tired of the old cliche, kill the butterflies, kill the flowers, give me something new. And we did. We launched the black box from You by Kotex. It was the little black dress of the category. As you can see, no flowers here. And equally important to women and girls, there were no fake, techie sounding performance claims. I don't know about you, but 360 leak lock protection, that sounds pretty terrifying to me. The black box broke through in the sea of colorful chaos at shelf, and we didn't stop there. We wanted to make sure we got every single detail right. It's important to get the details right when you're speaking to a group of girls who are entering such a daunting category. Things like myth or fact questions on the back of the box went a long way in dispelling urban myths about periods. Fact: if you go swimming in the ocean when you have your period, you will not attract sharks. And wrappers in bright colors with soft touch material really doubled down on discretion. They blended right into her bag like an accessory, and they don't make crazy rustling noises in the bathroom. Ask any middle schooler or high schooler. Those are two really important details. So from the beginning, You by Kotex embraced breakthrough conversation with women about their bodies, their health, vaginas and all. They broke through the old euphemisms of the category and truly got real. But that launch was in 2010. Since then, things have kept evolving, which brings us back to the Always Like a Girl campaign. Always, You by Kotex, and now Thinks Period Underwear have engaged in ever more pioneering programs that bring discussions of womanhood to the center for everyone. From the breakthrough and newsmaking thinks advertising in the New York City subway system, to the pop-up period shop that You by Kotex had just last month, and their Hello Flow YouTube channel, periods are having quite the cultural moment. In fact, the latest installment of Always Like a Girl took on the inequality of emojis, and they prompted Facebook just last week to launch 1,500 new emojis that feature women as professionals, policewomen, doctors, not just as brides, and doing things like swimming and playing tennis, not painting our nails pink or flipping our hair. So that brings us to a great question. Is femcare the pioneer, or is it actually the final frontier when getting real and relating to women? When I dug a little deeper, I was happy to see that there are other examples out there. There's a whole new set of emerging visual codes that create a perfect counterpoint to the cliches that I shared with you at the beginning of the presentation. So we'll take a closer look here as well. First, we're going to start with a more realistic depiction of what it's like to be a mom. It's a little bit messy. In fact, babies do poop. And we have brands that embrace multiple expressions and self-expression of beauty. So we get to a place overall of imperfect expression, not perfection. There are brands out there that embrace the idea of hard work, from tracking your steps to rocking out a really hard souled cycle workout. So women do like a little bit of hard work in their lives, not just magic. And then we all have a great debt to pay to the Dove Real Beauty campaign for paving the way for depictions outside of just the ingenue, embracing aging. And then we've spoken quite a bit about this tonight. We can kick like girls, we can run Spartan races and do tough mutters because women are actually warriors, not goddesses. And then back in the home, changing things up, turning them on their head. So mom and dad are working together, or dad and dad, or mom and mom. It's actually a gender role reversal rather than just a modern miracle mom on her own. And in what I would call the actual final frontier of fashion and beauty, creating a more pluralistic definition of what it is to be beautiful. All skin tones, complexions, sizes, shapes, creating a vision of diversity rather than exoticism. So with that, a whole new foundation for what it's like to be real when we're talking to women. Ultimately, much more inspiring, I would think. I would ask each and every one of you how you would embrace your jiggle. Think hard about the brands you support, the brands that you buy, and think equally hard about the way you represent and brand yourselves, your friends, your sisters. Each and every one of us has the opportunity to shape the next conversation about and for women. Thank you.